Hi, this is Jyoti here. Welcome to Jopat Tech Guru. In today's session, I'm going to discuss regarding destructors in C Sharp. If you have not subscribed yet for my channel, please subscribe and click on the like video if you have liked this video. Also click on the bell icon to get the notifications of my new videos. Let us start the discussion of destructors. As per the agenda, we are going to see here what is a destructor, the difference between C++ destructors as well as C Sharp destructors, destructors with inheritance, garbage collector, as well as advantages of destructor. So let us try to understand the definition of a destructor. Destructors are just opposite to the constructors. It is a special method of the class that is invoked when a class object goes out of scope. In case of constructor, we used to initialize the variables. So here, destructors are the one when which will be invoked whenever the class object goes out of the scope. So similar to the constructor, a destructor name is also same as that of class, but it should be preceded with tilde symbol. So destructor neither accepts any parameter nor does it return any value. Destructor destructs the class objects, hence it is mainly used to release memory after the program is executed. Another important thing to note about destructor is that it can neither be overloaded nor it can be inherited. You cannot use the inheritance concept and you cannot change the behavior of the destructor. You cannot overload it. So the primary purpose of destructor method is to deallocate or destroy the object or instance of classes, and it is also known as finalizer in C# programming. So if you are writing a program where the destructor appears, and through the ILDasm disassembler tool, if you are tracking it, you'll be able to see that the finalize method is going to get displayed instead of the destructor. We'll see that. So one of the standard example we are having is we have got a my class. The first one is a constructor and the tilde symbol my class is a destructor. So whenever the object of the class is getting created, automatically it invokes both constructor as well as destructor. So once you execute this, of course, nothing is going to get displayed, but behind the scene, both the constructors and destructors will be invoked. You can actually track this if you are executing it by going to the command line, developer command prompt, and here you can open ILDasm. This is a disassembler tool given by Microsoft, wherein you can open the particular file in which your console application contains the destructor. So I'm trying to open that so you can observe whatever the destructor you have written it inside the program is getting represented as a finalize method. So just double click it. This is the ILDasm code or IL code, which is a representation of our program. So here the MS corlib is going to give you the information regarding system.object finalize. So whatever the destructor you are going to write it, that is getting represented as finalize method in the ILDasm disassembler tool. So destructors with inheritance. Destructors are called in a reverse order if inheritance is applied to classes where destructors are defined. Even if you release object, it is up to the garbage collector to decide when to clean it. So we can always give number of destructors as per the classes are concerned. Again, the ultimate decision will be taken by the garbage collector. Only when garbage collector does the cleanup, the destructors will be executed. Hence, to demonstrate the order of the execution, garbage collection is forced to happen as soon as the object is released. So usually we are calling gc.collect method, but you should avoid calling this method again and again within your code because it has got many of the performance overhead. So how the destructor is called, let me show you with a small program. So I have already got this program. Let me just stop this. Using system class India class UK class my class, and within this I've got main. So if we have got destructors here, so I'm just printing a message, India destructor invoked, and UK console.writeline UK destructor invoked. So now here, let me go for the inheritance, and I'm going to create the object of UK here. So let us see what happens once I execute it. Okay. So we are expecting two destructors, that too from my class as well as that too from India class as well as UK class. So once I'm going to create the object of UK, we are expecting the destructors to get invoked. So you can see that instantly it will flash out and it will go off. So let me give number of console.readline here so that you can see which particular destructor will be called if we are applying inheritance concept. First of all, UK destructor is called, and then it is going to show you the India destructor. It will flash once and it goes off. So that's why in case of destructors, it will always follow the reverse order if inheritance is applied. So we can compare C++ destructors with the C# destructors to get more idea on the destructors. So the destructors enable the runtime system to recover the heap space. This is a runtime entity, runtime space management. To terminate the file input output operations that is associated with the removed class instance, or to perform both operations. So the destructors enable the runtime system So whenever you are executing the program, you are concerned with the heap. So if your file input output operations, they terminate, they are associated with the removed class instance. So in case of C++ destructor, it is called when the objects gets destroyed. Destructors can be called explicitly in C++. The objects are destroyed in a reverse order that they are created in. So in C++, you have control over the destructors, but in C Sharp, we never call them. The reason is one cannot destroy the object explicitly. So who is going to control the entire .NET framework? Your CLR is going to get a lot of responsibilities. As one of the responsibilities it is handling is your memory management. So .NET Framework Garbage Collector does all the things connected with the memory management. So garbage collection can do better object release than we can. If we do manual memory management, one has to take care both allocation as well as deallocation of memory. So there is always chance that one can forget the deallocation part. And also manual memory management is a time consuming and complex process. So it is better that .NET Framework is doing all the memory management. It can handle better than the manual memory management. So garbage collector is a .NET Framework thread which runs when needed or when other threads are in suspended mode. So first, garbage collection creates the list of all the objects created in the program by traversing the reference fields inside the object. It is something like a police who takes a round. Similarly, garbage collector is going to track out all the details about your entire memory management or the entire destroying of memory, or whenever the object is created, it is going to traverse, it is going to check which all things are getting utilized, which are not utilized, everything is getting taken care. This list helps the garbage collection to know how many objects it needs to keep track. Then it ensures that there is no circular references inside this list. In this list, garbage collector then checks for all the objects which have destructors declared and place them in another list called as finalization list. So it is going to track out all the important informations wherein it is going to ensure that there is no circular reference inside the list. It is going to check for all the objects which have destructor and it is going to place them in a list. How we are finalizing the list of information, similarly it is going to have the finalization list. So now garbage collector creates two threads, one which are reachable list and another unreachable. Reachable objects are cleared one by one from the list and the memory occupied by these objects are reclaimed back. So the second thread which reads the finalization list and calls the each object finalized in separate object. So you can imagine the work which is taken by garbage collector. It is going to divide into number of threads and it is going to perform the actions accordingly. So with the concept of this circular reference, it is going to list out all the things which are occupied and which are getting reclaimed, and it is going to have the finalization list and calls, and it is going to put them as a separate object. So within the particular program, whenever you are having the destructor ultimately it is going to get converted as a finalized method in the ILDasm disassembler tool. So the compiler generated finalized method contains the destructor body inside try block, followed by a finally block that calls the base class finalize. So it is going to display as the finalize method. I have already shown you in the ILDasm tool wherein it was showing the destructor as the finalize method. This ensures that destructors always calls its a base class destructor. So finalize is another name for destructors in C sharp. Whenever you are creating the destructors within your program, it is going to get represented as a finalize method. So last is what are the advantages of destructors? Do you feel that destructors are very necessary? They have simpler syntax and don't require the using syntax. You don't have to include them. But they are much less useful overall because in garbage collected languages, most actions needed at a type destruction are system cleanup tasks. And as per the C Sharp .NET framework is concerned, it is going to do all the things automatically through the garbage collection. So we don't require again explicitly the destructors within our program. So this is all about the destructors. Hope it has given you a good idea regarding how to use the destructors and what are the differences between C sharp destructors as well as C++ destructors. Along with that, we have seen the ILDSM implementations as well as advantages of destructors. Keep watching, stay tuned. Thank you for watching.